Now, here is an interesting concept in philosophy that I want to talk about. The nature of reality. We look at the world through what we call phenomena, right? Everything is a phenomenon around us. And there is another term called noumenon. Noumenon is a term in Western philosophy, but it was actually explored by philosophers from across the world, especially the Indian philosophers. The dharmic philosophers like Buddhists, Jain philosophers, Hindu philosophers, the Vedic philosophers and so on, the Upanishadic philosophers. Now let's dwell into this concept of noumenon for a moment. The concept of noumenon plays a pivotal role in the realm of mind sciences or philosophy, especially when dwelling into the intricate discussions surrounding the nature of reality and our understanding of it. At its core, this concept addresses the distinction between how we perceive the world around us and the essence of the world as it exists independently of our perceptions. Now, is it possible to imagine a world independent of our perceptions? The way we see, perceive, we see, touch, feel, hear, outside of these questions about the limitations of human knowledge and the extent to which we can claim to understand the true nature of reality. Now, the question is there any reality outside of our perception? This concept suggests that there may be aspects of existence that are fundamentally inaccessible to us, residing behind or beyond the veil of our perceptive capabilities. This veil of perceptive capabilities, this whole phenomenon is termed variously. In Vedanta, it is termed Maya. This in turn invites a humbling acknowledgement of potential limitations of even empirical science and sensory observation in providing a complete account of reality. Moreover, the notion of noumenon encourages a deeper reflection on the process of cognition and perception. This idea compels us to consider the ways in which our understanding of the world is shaped not only by the external reality but also by the internal workings of our mind. This perspective opens up rich avenues for exploring the relationship between the observer and the observed, the subject and the object, and ultimately the self and the universe. This relationship between the self and the universe, in other words, the observed and the observer, has risen to numerous philosophical theories around it, as we can see in Vedanta. Ultimately, the concept of noumenon serves a critical point of exploration for those who are interested in investigations of reality, perception, and the deeper knowledge. This challenges us to look beyond the immediate and apparent, urging a contemplative journey into the nature of existence itself by distinguishing the world as it appears to us and the underlying reality, this triangular relationship between the self, which is the individual ego, the world that the self perceives, understands, and the underlying reality that is responsible for these two, which is the self and the universe. This underlying reality was variously termed as Paramatman, Brahman, and so on in Vedanta philosophy. So this is pretty fascinating that people around the world have observed or acknowledged this phenomenon and the noumenon underlying the phenomenon, and have explored in many different ways and provided many different theories.